Good morning. All right, let's start on our backs. So we'll come all the way down and letting go of arms and legs, just like you're coming into Shavasana. Now, as you're here, notice if the upper back is really like this, the spine is kind of touching the mat. Then go ahead and walk your shoulder blades back towards each other. So now you feel more of the outer shoulders on the mat and less of the spine. We'll relax the body. And let's start at the soles of the feet today. See the soles of the feet soften. Work your way up to the ankles, the whole foot, the calves and the shins, the knees, the thighs, the hips, the whole pelvis. Feel the belly relax. Feel the waist and the low back relax. Feel the middle of the trunk relax, the sides, and the back. Feel the chest, this upper front part of the trunk relaxing. Wrap that around to the sides of the trunk and the upper back. Feel the shoulders soften and relax. And in this, you start to feel the arms get heavier as you let the elbows, the upper arms, the elbows relax. The forearms, the hands. Feel the thumbs relax. Feel the first fingers relax, second fingers, third fingers, fourth fingers, all relaxed. Feel the neck relax in the front, in the sides, in the back. Feel the face relax, the muscles in the face, the jaw muscles, the chin, cheeks, lips, nose, forehead, temples, eyes, eyebrows, eyelashes, eyelids. Feel the scalp relax all around the scalp, top, sides, back. Feel the whole head now relaxed and heavier. Notice the body. Notice how relaxed the body is from feet to crown of the head, from crown of the head to the fingertips. And then bring your attention to the breath and let the breath just be seen for a moment. Let the breath be seen. When you start to see the breath, it shows itself even more. So it begins to deepen. It's almost hard to keep it at the rate it was before you started watching it. It's just that that observation changes the thing we're watching. So go ahead and come into that fullness of breath. Let the breath get deeper. Feel that on the inhale, you can work the expansion from belly to the rib cage, to the chest, to the collarbone. And on the exhalation, releasing from collarbone all the way back in order to the belly. That all draws back inwards. So a few of these deep breaths. See if you can equate a sensation, an emotional sensation with the breath. So just see what that is. So inhaling and filling and feeling something behind it. Exhaling. Now, maybe as you inhale, you can feel a sense of joyousness in this ability to take this full breath and joyousness in being able to release it. And we'll allow that sense of joy to come through at any point. So maybe you feel a burst of it at any point in any of our postures today. And as we continue now, let's go ahead and begin to move the hands and the feet. Find some movement in wrists and ankles. And start to move the arms behind and find length and bring the feet closer together. Flex the feet, lift the belly button. Point the toes and lower the belly button. Flex the feet, lift the belly button. So the low back lifts off the mat as a gentle back bend. And then exhale, pull the belly in, point the toes. A couple more of these. Now go ahead and flex the feet and open the fingers wide away from each other. Then create fists with the hands. Open the fingers wide, create fists, open wide, and then draw the right knee into the chest. Bring the hands around the right knee, pull that knee in. Lift the head just for a moment. And then go ahead and exhale, set the head down, extend the right leg, take the arms back. Exhale, bring the left knee in, arms around the left knee. Lift the head and lower. Take the arms behind, extend the leg. And then this time bring that right knee in, holding the right knee. Then plant the left foot on the mat. So we're going to come into a reclining pigeons posture. So we're holding right knee. We've got left foot planted. Now take right ankle on top of the left thigh. Point the right foot. Flex the right foot. Keep the right foot flexed. Keep that right knee pressing away from the chest. And then begin to lift the left leg so you can hold the left leg with the arms. So maybe hands are behind the thigh or in front of the shin or towards the knee. Just finding that proper amount of intensity. And we're going to take 5 deep breaths here. And a clearing breath in through nose, out through mouth. Release the left foot, release the right foot. Bring the left knee into the chest, give it a squeeze first. So we have the right foot planted at this time. Keep drawing the left knee in. And then bring left ankle on top of right thigh. Point the left foot. Now flex the left foot and keep it flexed. Bring the right leg closer to the chest, holding hands to leg. And if you're really tight, there are, some people are so tight in the hip that having the foot down is enough to get that stretch. So just see, and if you need a little bit more, you could always bring foot to a block or blanket. Otherwise, holding the right leg. And then we'll take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Okay. Set the right foot down, set the left foot down. Extend both of the legs, take the arms behind, lift the belly button, flex the feet, and then lower. Bring both of the knees into the chest. We're going to take a big transition to table posture. So when you're ready, maybe rock up, maybe roll to the side, maybe squeeze in a vinyasa here. And then once you're in table posture, hands and knees, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, begin to flow through cat-cow. This is not about forcing the spine, it's about expressing the breath and letting the body move with it. So inhaling, filling, belly drops, diaphragm drops, chest lifts. Exhale, empty. Belly contracts inwardly, head can come down. Inhale. Exhale, take a few more. Now for a moment, come to neutral spine and just be aware of the hands. Be aware of the wrists. Notice how they feel. Come down to the forearms. And then with the elbows down, lift the forearms, begin to circle the hands. Now while you're here, you can just kind of lift the tailbone and relax the belly. And then circle the arms the other way, or the hands, excuse me. From here, we'll come to Anahatasana. Bring the forearms back down, slide the palms forward. You might need to take the knees slightly back. We want hips over the knees, or at least in the same vicinity, right? So the knees can be further apart, but the hips are still kind of stacked over where the knees are placed. That means that if the hips are forward, it feels like you're going to fall forward. If the hips are really back, you're going to feel this more in the low back. But right now we're targeting the chest. So then we place the hips properly to feel the chest. About 3 deep breaths here. On the inhalation, filling up. Exhaling, sending the heart down. And then we'll inhale, rise up to table posture, hands and knees. We're going to come into downward facing dog. Step the hands forward a step, roll over the toes, lift the hips. Some deep breaths here. And exhale, lower the knees right back down into table posture. Now, right from here, we'll be inhaling and lifting the right leg behind. So I need a little room to do this. I'm going to face this way, I think. So we're going to inhale the right leg behind. That's not working out. Okay. And then on the exhale, take the right leg over to the right so that the leg is now perpendicular to the trunk. The toes face forward, but now turn them inwards a little to face the mat. Inhale, lift the right arm up. Let's move this arm in big circles. So begin to take it back. You can shift the trunk to face the mat. Arm goes forward and up. And we'll continue a few more of these. Very big range of movement here, as big of a movement as you can take with this arm. And then we'll be reversing the direction. Take the arm back, up, forward. Reach the arm up, bring the hand down, lift the right leg, and then swing it past the left ankle. Set the foot down. So the top of the foot to the mat or to the floor. So it's off the mat. Look past the left shoulder for the right foot. Now bring the ball of the foot to the mat. See how that changes this posture. Bring the ball of the top of the foot back. And then we'll bring the trunk back to center, lift the leg, center it, and then take the right knee down. Next, inhale, lift the left leg. Press through the heel just for a moment. Feel the calf. Exhale, swing that left leg over to the left. Now it's perpendicular to the trunk. Right hand stays down. Inhale, lift the left arm up. Just take a breath or two before we move in those circles. And then go ahead and begin. So I'm going to take my arm up and forward. I like to go forward first. Begin to reverse. And then we'll take this hand down, lift the left foot, swing it past the right ankle. Set the foot down, top of the foot. Look past the right shoulder. Bring the ball of the foot down. Top of the foot. Come to center, lift the leg, and then bring the knee down. So before we go further, let's rest in child's posture. Bring the hips down, lower. Focus on 3 deep breaths. Clearing breath in through nose, out through the mouth. Rise up to table posture. Exhale, downward facing dog. Couple deep breaths. And then we're going to look forward, bend the knees, float the feet forward. It could be a step, walk, or jump, but you want to have a sensation of lightness, which is why I use the word float. Step the feet apart. We'll come to a wider stance here. As we're here folded, just walk the hands over to the right side of the mat and then maybe past, and then walk the hands over to the left. We're just going to walk side to side. As if the trunk is almost swinging, but moving with the arms. And then we'll come to center. Bend the knees, unroll the spine, work your way up. The head is the last to rise, be mindful of that. Once the head rises, you can roll shoulders and heel to the feet a little closer together. Okay, we're going to step the left foot to the back of the mat. So we're facing side of the mat at this time. And then from here, bring the arms to a T. So we're in star posture, right? Couple deep breaths. You're going to shift the toes out. It's always a signal, isn't it? And then bend the elbows so they come to 90-degree angles, palms facing forward, and then bend the knees. Now for a moment, just collapse the knees forward and to see what happens to the weight. Where does the weight go in the feet? They go to the insides of the feet. Go ahead and send the weight to the outsides of the feet so that now you can really press the knees open and you can probably see the big toes at this point. This is goddess posture. Another deep breath. Straighten the legs, reach the arms up. Deep breath in through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth, come back to goddess. Inhale, straighten the legs, take the arms up. Exhale out through the mouth, bend back. Side bend to the right. Bring the right forearm down or hand down to the thigh, left arm up and over. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, bend to the left. Inhale, come to center, reach the arms up, bend into the knees even deeper, and then press into the feet, straighten the legs. Bring the arms to a T. 3 deep breaths in star posture. Actually, shift the toes so they're facing the mat at this point. Next exhale, take the hands behind the tailbone and release the fingers. Squeeze the shoulders back, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Taking arms up overhead, about 3 deep breaths, gazing past the knees. This practice really helps us with the steadiness of the body, so we can hold postures longer and longer as we practice them. And the purpose of that is to train the mind to also be steady, so that these are all preparation for meditation. But bring the hands down and release. Another deep breath. Okay, we're going to come up halfway, lengthen. Walk the hands over to the right leg and pivot the toes now so that the right toes face forward. Lift the back heel so you have the ball of the foot down, and bring both hands to the inside of the right foot. Heel toe the right foot to the right so it's at the edge of the mat, and just begin to pick up the foot so that, again, you're all on this right edge of the foot, and then plant the foot completely. And then just continue this a few more times. So you could see the sole of the foot as you roll to right edge of the foot, and then you bring it back down. Now plant the foot, take a deep breath. Walk over to the left leg. Once you have hands planted to the inside of the foot, heel toe the foot to the left. And then from here, same thing. So we're like opening the foot and then setting it down. Just continue a few more. Set the foot down, take a deep breath. Walk to the center this time. Okay. Next inhalation, let's fold for a deep breath first. Next inhale, come up halfway, lengthen the spine, look forward. Let's exhale, hands to hips. You could put a soft bend in the knees to rise up with a flat back. Take the arms out. Shift the toes out, bring the arms up. Deep breath in. Exhale, goddess posture. Reach the arms up, sink a little lower, and then press into the feet to rise. Bring the hands behind the tailbone, interlace the fingers, squeeze the shoulders back, look upwards. Exhale, fold. Now, before you fold, turn the toes to face the mat. It's really hard to fold with the toes out. Deep breath in through the nose, release through the mouth. Bring the hands down, come up halfway, lengthen, walk over to the right foot again, bending into the knee. Bring the hands to the inside of the foot, heel toe the right foot to the right. Now this time, see if you can lower into this. Now, if it's a little too intense, you'll bring the left knee down. If you're good here, then, so it's considered a humble warrior, you can bring maybe forearms down to a block, to the mat if that's possible, but not looking for strain. So you might have to just bend the elbows or just be in this. Breathe. Another breath. So we'll have the hands down, straighten the arms, walk over to the back of the mat, bend into the left knee, adjusting so that this knee and left ankle are lined up with each other, creating a vertical line. Heel toe the left foot to the left, give room for the trunk. So we're coming into a little bit of a deeper expression than before, even if that just means like a quarter of an inch lower of the trunk. Another full breath. Come up halfway, plant the palms, walk over to the side of the mat. Toes face the side of the mat. Come up halfway, lengthen. Exhale, hands to hips. Bend in the knees, rise up to standing. Take the arms up, turn the toes out. Deep breath in. Exhale, goddess posture. Bend the elbows. Find a side bend like we did before. Exhaling to the side. See if you can lift the chest like you're spiraling it upwards towards the ceiling. And then rise up to center. Exhale, left or other side. So we're not shifting the weight in the feet. Pretty much have the same weight, just maybe a little extra because the trunk has moved to that side. Spiral the heart up. Come to center. Sink in. Straighten the legs. Reach the arms up maybe. And then we'll go ahead and shift the toes to face the side of the mat. Bring the hands behind. Interlace the fingers. Squeeze the shoulders back again. Look up. Exhale, fold. Deep breath in through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Release the arms. Maybe we're going to heel toe the feet further apart this time. So what we're going to do is dwell in this position for a little bit. So that means that if you feel that there's extra space, you could take the feet apart. They're not going to break. The legs aren't going to break in half or separate from the body. So just kind of let go of any fear of that, but come to the point where you feel a sense of pull. Now, if you feel a pull pretty high up, then that's okay. Then find blocks and just work with the body so that you can be in the posture in the way that makes sense for your body. And if you can separate the feet further and further, then go ahead and do so. And maybe you can bring forearms to the mat. Remember, it's totally irrelevant how far you are in the posture. It's just about be in a steady position. Let the mind relax in that position so that you aren't saying, why can't I go lower? What's wrong with me? None of that stuff. It all goes away. And you just be in the outline, in the shape that you're in, and you just breathe and focus on it. Notice the sensations. And be happy. We can do any of this at all. What a beautiful privilege to be able to be doing what we're doing. Maybe you found that you've got a quarter of an inch you can move into. Couple deep breaths. So we're going to start to come up, plant the palms, heel to the feet a little closer together, and then shift over to the right leg, just like we did before. But this time, bring the left knee down. Left knee comes down. Lift the trunk. Bring the hands to the hips. Yeah, it's intense, right? Just be here for a moment. Now, maybe start to heel toe this right foot forward. So you could start to sink into the left knee. I'm sorry, sink into the right knee, but like you're sinking into this left hip flexor, left thigh. Take the hands behind the tailbone, interlace the fingers, squeeze the shoulders back, look upwards as you sink forward into that right knee. So the lower body sinks forward, but the upper body lifts. Opposite directions. Release the hands, bring the hands to the hips. Bring the weight into the left knee and straighten the right leg. So from here, we're going to start to hinge forward. So make sure we have knee and left hip lined up. Keep the foot planted so that we could work with the shin for a moment. So we're finding extension with the shin. Go ahead and bring the trunk forward. Now flex this right foot. So notice if you have plenty of sensation here, and this is enough for you to need to focus on breath. So if you feel like you have a little bit more space, going to be able to separate the feet, maybe using blocks. So you have options. You can bring hands to blocks. You can also separate the feet. So separate that left knee goes further back and kind of like we're practicing now, side splits. So we have the right foot flexing. So you could feel the back of the leg stretching. Finding the place that you can be in a steady way without feeling like you're going to collapse, right? In a steady way, something that you can handle and focus and be with presently. This will look different for every person practicing in the present and the future. Take 2 more breaths. So we're going to start to come out of this. So come out of it safely. So you can bring the left knee forward first, plant the right foot, and then bring hands to hips. Okay? Bring hands around the right foot, roll over the back toes, walk over to the back side of the mat, and bring the right knee down. Bring hands to hips. sink in. We'll take hands behind once again, interlace the fingers, squeeze the shoulders back. Look upwards. Release, hands to hips. Bring the weight into the right knee. Straighten the left leg. Keep the whole foot down for now. Bring the heart forward. So maybe it's just a slight motion forward, a few inches. Now begin to flex this left foot. And now when you're ready, maybe the trunk goes further forward. Maybe the hands come down to blocks, keeping the spine long. This is usually pretty much where most people go. It's right here, and it's just this deep focus. Fullest breath. Maybe you're going to go further and lower the blocks, or maybe you're going to start to separate the 2 feet, taking that right knee further back. We're approaching all of our postures with a sense of equanimity. Nothing that we're doing here is good or bad. There's no need to judge any of it. It's just to be with it. Just to be with it. So we'll say a couple more, maybe 3 more deep breaths. Close the eyes if the visuals are distracting you. Close the eyes. So carefully, we're going to start to come out of this. So see what you have to do so that you can lunge into the left knee again. Bring the hands around, and then just bring hands right to the center. Heel toe the feet a little closer together, and then shift right into table posture. So right when we're here, we'll come to standing on the knees, and then we'll have hands to hips. And just a little bit of a back bend here. Pull the pelvis in first, feel the glutes engage. Squeeze the shoulders back, look upwards. Neutral spine. Come back up. Into a pigeon's posture. Right knee to right hand, left leg slides back. We're going a little deeper. Fold. Now we'll just be here for 5 breaths. What we've done is pretty good for these areas. So we're just going to fold in. First one, nice clearing breath. In through nose, out through mouth. Let the trunk get heavy, but do support the forehead so the neck doesn't have to do any work here. Another breath. Begin to rise. You can take this right leg behind for a moment, and then when you're ready, find the left side. So from table, left knee to left hand, right leg sides back, and then folding in. Clear the breath again in through nose, out through the mouth. And we'll start to come out of this. Take the left leg behind. And we're going to be switching to seated. So you can cross the ankles, find a seat. Let's first start with hands to knees. Roll the shoulders a few times. Roll them the other way. Shoulders up, back, and down. Let's work with the sides of the neck. So go ahead and tilt the head to the left and then sit right on top of the right hand. So literally bringing hand underneath your bottom and sitting right on top of it. Now just for a moment while this shoulder is stable, take a couple deep breaths without moving the head. We're going to keep the tilt of the head to the left, but now the position, we'll say, of the face is going to change. So we'll shift so that the face is directing upwards, and then shift so the face is now directing down, but we keep the head tilted. So inhaling, picking up the face upwards or the nose leading, whatever you want to think of, and then lower. A couple more of these. And then exhale and just keep the head facing downwards, maintaining the tilt. Bring the face to look forward, bring the head back to center, release the hand to the knee. Now just roll the shoulders a few times. Maybe move the head and be aware of the difference between from your shoulder to your ear on both sides. Okay, one will feel lower than the other, and that's because that's the side that we worked on. So we'll go ahead and let's say you could sit on the hand first. So we'll just sit on the hand first. And then go ahead and tilt the head to the right. So we're sitting on left hand, tilting the head to the right. I can tell I haven't done this in a while because it's just such a massive difference in this area that I tend to hold my tension. This is where my tension goes. So now we'll start to shift the face. So we'll look upwards, maintaining the tilt, looking downwards. And we'll take a few more. Nice and slow, there's no hurry. It's when we hurry things that accidents happen, right? So we want to take our time. And then shifting the head to stay facing down. So you take some deep breaths here. And we'll bring the face forward, bring the head back to center, release the hand. Okay, check in with the head. Maybe circle the head. That nice big movement of the head will get some of that tension out that we started working on, right? Like really break it up, shake the head out, and we're ready to come to lying on the back. So go ahead and find your way down. Now, as you find your way to lying on the back, you're going to go down there, and I'm going to stay up here. Uh, See if bringing the knees into the chest and finding simple spinal twist feels right to you. Tomorrow's class is going to involve much more twisting. So today we didn't get too much twisting in. So see if you take knees over to one side. I'll just go there to neutralize too. And keep the arms, shoulder blades down. And shifting sides. And then coming to center and releasing the body just like we did before. So you have the palms flipped up, the toes turned away from each other. Relaxing the feet, the toes, the ankles. Relaxing the calves, the shins. Relaxing the knees, the, the thighs, front and back of the thighs. Relaxing the hips, the pelvis, the trunk, the whole front of the trunk from belly all the way up to the collarbone. And the whole back of the trunk, low back, all the way to the upper back. Relaxing the left side of the trunk and the right side of the trunk. Relaxing the shoulders down to the elbows, relaxing the forearms and the wrists, relaxing the hands completely. Soft curling of the fingers as they're doing nothing at this time. Relaxing the muscles in the face. Make sure the neck is also relaxed, front, sides, and back of the neck. Relaxing the face, the jaw, cheeks, eyes, forehead, nose, eyelids, eyelashes, eyebrows. Feel the whole scalp release. Feel the ears soften. Feel the inner ears relax. Feel the brain soften. Feel the sinus passageways soften. Feel the tongue relax. Feel the throat soften. Feel the whole chest cavity relax, the lungs relaxed. Feel all the organs in the trunk relax. And then just rest your consciousness in the heart. relaxing completely. Without activating anything just yet, be aware of the body, be with the body, be with the breath again. Be with the feeling of joy which makes up each and one of us. And then begin to deepen the breath and find movement again, find activation, maintaining this sense of peace and relaxation, even though the body is becoming active again, the mind becoming more alert and active. And then begin to find your way to seated, maybe extending arms, legs, maybe bringing knees in. If there's a rocking that you feel is good for you, then go for that. And then we'll find our way here and we'll meet with palms together, thumbs to the heart center. Sealing this practice. Deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Deep breath in. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. I honor the light in you. That is the same light in me. Namaste. Thank you for being here. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'm going to play the bowls and I'm going to be using other of my instruments today because I want to see how they sound. And I hope they don't hurt your ears if you're sticking around. Thank you, April. I hope your hips feel better. Let me know if it, later on, give it some time and let me know if it was helpful or not. All right. Namaste. Hope to see you soon.